Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do these lives. I call them Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. And I do them every week for two reasons. The first reason is for you to shift your perspective, the way you look at your business, turn that into your competitive edge. I find that most auto shop owners are so caught up in the day to day, they don't look at their business from that 30,000-foot view. And to take 15 minutes a week and invest in yourself, your business, your team, it's just a great thing to do. The next reason is for you to take action. That's where the magic is. It's in the doing. So if you're consistent and you make one small change each and every week, it causes a ripple effect in your business and it can make a huge impact over time. So those two things are really, really powerful. So a common question that I get asked is, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with single location auto shop owners who are in what I call owner overload. They feel like their business is consuming them and they want to have a life without sacrificing their business. So they want to really stop going 24/7. And that's where I come in and I help with 3 Day Weekend System. So each week I have a topic, and I'm really excited about this topic because it's actually titled Two Locations, not quite twice the profit. And the reason why I chose this is because I spoke with two owners this week about opening up a second location. So a lot of people think that two shops, that's going to give me more freedom. Or does it end up giving you more frustration? And why three might be the magic number. So before you boo, hear me out and let me walk through this. Now, I want to be perfectly clear here. Perfectly clear. I am a coach, I am a speaker, and I am a single location shop owner. And there was a time that I considered whether or not we were going to go into multi location. And we decided against it. But that doesn't mean that I would discourage you. It may be perfect for you to go to multi location. But I just want you to know what you're getting into, know the facts, because I've talked to many, many shop owners over the years, and many multi shop owners have validated what I'm about to share with you. So, if you're thinking about expanding your shop, right? Today, this is really a must watch live. So, I want to break down for you what really happens when you go from one shop to two and why most owners don't see the ROI. And we'll talk a little bit about the ROE, which is the return on effort, until shop number three. So distance matters. And what it is when you think about being like up to 30 minutes away, you're the fire chief. Okay. That's really what happens. You're there and you're the one that's going to run in between shops, and you're going to be really there when anything happens. So you're going to be splitting yourself up. If you're about 30 to 90 minutes away between locations, you find that you're doing less leading and more driving because you're really torn between the two. And if you're 2 hours or more between the two different shops, you better have a duplicate version of you. So I want to go deeper into what happens when you start to do this. So the first of all is what I call the shop trap. And what happens here is you're thinking that you're growing, but you're kind of stuck in no man's land. You have double the expenses, the team, you've got vendors you're dealing with a lot, and you've got some drama, but you don't have enough margin between the two to hire a general manager. And now, when you think about it, there's not enough margin to train a leadership team because you are that team. And you have to pay yourself fairly, right? So if you were to go in and try to hire more people for a general manager, you're actually taking away pay from yourself to do it. So you go from wearing 6 hats to 12 hats a lot of times. So this happens not only in automotive, I've seen this in other industries as well, not only in automotive. So this is a common issue for a lot of industries that go to that multi-location. So with 3 shops, when you start leveraging the 3 locations, you can afford a true GM or an operations manager. So now what happens is you gain the economics of scale, bulk buying, shared roles, centralized SOPs, all of that. And then you fully step into your owner role, not just operator, like you're the operator of that shop. You're really stepping in to that full owner role. Now you can do that. You can step into your full owner role at one location, but you definitely, hi, hi, Nellie. Nice to see you. So you definitely can step into it when you're a multi. You really feel like you're in the driver's seat of the business and focusing on all of those things. So the idea here is you stop being the glue and you build a system that runs either with or without you. That's really what's happening here. And when you think about this, there's a lot of different hats that a single location shop owner is wearing. And you can get really comfortable and think that, you know what? Things are really going well. Maybe it's time for me to open up a second location. But these are things that you really need to think about. The time that you're going to be driving. Really, it's not the distance so much, it's the dependence on you. So if your first shop is really leaning on you, then a second shop just multiplies that pressure, but doesn't really multiply the profit. So until you open 3, really most owners end up, like I said before, cutting their own pay to hire help, or they skip the help entirely. And then what happens is burnout. So what's the alternative to all of this? Because I don't want to make this sound negative. You can definitely do this. But what is the alternative? Make your first shop the prototype. Systemize, delegate, track it without being there. Then you'll know when it's time to grow, and your growth is smart. It's not just exciting. Like, this is a great opportunity. I want to do it. I'm so excited about it. So here's what I would suggest you do. What I would suggest you do is, as my 1-week rule that I give every week, I give you an action item. Sketch out what your team would need if you left for 2 weeks. If you weren't there in the shop for 2 weeks, what would your team need? If you're the answer to too many questions, if they need to be, if you need to be there, now's not the time to expand yet. But think about it. And if you can do 2 weeks without a problem, then by all means, see what 4 weeks would be like. And lastly, I want to leave you with a pro thinking tip. Don't expand to escape. Don't expand just because you're curious. Expand what's already working without you. Freedom doesn't come from more locations. It comes from better leadership systems. So thanks for being here. I'm glad that you were here. Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. You can message me, put them in the comments. I will respond to all of them, whether you're live or you're on the replay. Glad to have you here. And remember, this is a very, very giving group. So if you know another shop owner that's thinking about this, definitely share this video with them, because like I said, I always meet people in this industry that are very giving and caring. And if somebody else would find it valuable, share it with them. So that's it for Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. Have an enjoyable week.